My mother-in-law likes to call our house. My mother-in-law likes to call our house a lot. Perhaps it's more accurate to say that my mother-in-law is compelled to call our house a lot. I confess I'm guilty of not answering the phone when I see her name pop up on caller ID. Over the years, I have not answered the phone a lot. Many, many, many times. I'm not sorry about this. It's a matter of self-preservation and probably is best for the both of us. She has an uncanny ability to bring out the absolute worst in me. Her calls usually involve a tirade or a sermon. She's convinced that everyone is out to get her, to screw her, direct quote. She has considered every angle of every wrongdoing, dissected each like an episode of CSI, with reruns playing in graphic perpetuity. She finds nonprofit solicitations to be especially offensive. They make her irate. How could they? They should know she has no money. It's adding insult to injury. However, there's one exception to that, and that is that girl, Marlo Thomas. It turns out that Marlo Thomas and my mother-in-law are great pen pals. Marlo's signature is on the solicitation letters that come from St. Jude's Children's Hospital. I'm sure it's a worthy cause, and maybe the worthiest, sick kids. My mother-in-law believes these letters are personal correspondence from Marlo. She believes that Marlo puts on her comfy slippers and sits down to the nice hot cup of tea. Well, Phil Donahue does whatever it is Phil Donahue does now, and drops a line to her friend on Chicago's South Side. There are stories and photos of sick children, which are enough to make anyone sad and break their heart. And for my mother-in-law, there's also the heartache of disappointing Marlo. Seriously, these letters are devastating to my mother-in-law. She thinks that they're really for her. I try to alleviate her anguish. I explain that the letters are mass-produced, that Marlo is not really signing them all. She is neither waiting by the mailbox for replies, nor is she putting people on a naughty list for not sending a check made payable to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. I assure her that Danny Thomas is not looking down from the heavens, judging her harshly. But my mother-in-law will not hear it. It's hand-signed, I can tell. I find it fascinating that while she is so very critical and hostile about most people in the world, she simultaneously maintains a childlike belief in things that are just too good to be true. She's now in her 80s and has recently had some health problems, so I answer the phone. I'm not heartless. It's funny, while she is a feisty one, a ball buster, really, she has a special phone voice. It's very faint and pathetic and helpless. I don't know if she uses this on others or it's just for us, but it's as if her skeletal system has been removed from her body and she has a puddle of flesh on the kitchen floor. Hello? Carie? She needs to speak with me in person, or my husband in person, the two of us. And it's not something she could talk about on the phone because, you see, people listen to your conversations on the telephone. My irritation turns to concern. She wants to tell us something important. How are you? Are you okay? It's nothing bad. Don't worry, she says. But she can't tell me on the telephone. It's midweek, and there's school and work, and she isn't nearby, so I say, okay, we'll get together over the weekend. But that's 3 days from now, she protests. Okay, are you sure you're not able to tell me on the phone? Because maybe that would be easier. She would prefer not to, but it looks like she has no choice. Okay, I say, thank you. Carie, do you know the Publishers Clearinghouse giveaway? I feel tricked, duped, taken prisoner, there is an awkward silence during which my brain is spewing a string of obscenities. God, I hope I'm not saying these things out loud. Finally, I managed to speak. Yes. Yes, I have. I know them. She tells me that she has received a letter and a call. She is a finalist in the Publishers Clearinghouse giveaway. Well, she says, I wanted to tell you so you wouldn't see it on the TV news and be shocked. Thank you, I say. That is very considerate, and I wish you all the luck in the world. That's wonderful. But I think you should know that they send those letters to a lot of people, and you shouldn't get your hopes up. But she says, no, this time is different. This time she knows. So she calls again the next day, and this time she gets my husband. She's decided that he and I must be at her house on Prize Patrol Day. She knows the date, but not the time. This high-strung octogenarian is supposed to sit there all day, hoping they arrive with a check the size of a beach towel made out in her name. My husband tells her that we are not taking off work to sit at her house all day, waiting for something that will never happen. I have a feeling, she says, this time is different. She tells him that the Publishers Clearinghouse giveaway people have told her which local florist will deliver the flowers to her house should she be a winner. And they have also told her that the name of a nearby hotel where the prize patrol will stay should she be a winner. Quite elaborate. I'm getting pissed at the prize patrol. They're toying with the gullible octogenarian who thinks her prayers are about to be answered. My husband's ill will is not directed at the prize patrol. He wishes her luck, and he hangs up. I start to wonder if maybe we should be there. What if she wins and is so excited she has a heart attack and has to go to the hospital? We should be there. Worse yet, what if she doesn't win? She sits all day waiting and doesn't win. Maybe we should be there. And I wonder if I'd really want to go more if I thought Ed McMahon was going to be there. But of course, you know, may he rest in peace, that's not going to happen. So I come back to reality. Prize Patrol Day comes, and not a peep, all day long. When my husband gets home that evening, I ask if he's heard anything. He says he did speak with her, but they didn't discuss it. What? Seriously? How is that possible? It's been this driving force for weeks, and it's so important, and it's such an ordeal, and we were going to be so shocked, and all of that, but he hasn't asked her. And this is really how they roll. You know, it's the elephant in the room and all of that. So he says, and I give him points for this, if she had won, she would have mentioned it. And I didn't want to mention it myself and make her feel worse. So he really gets points for that. I would have not had the restraint. I could have not resisted. So life goes on. People are still out to get her, same as it ever was. Or is it? I see an ad in the paper about Publishers Clearinghouse giveaway. Winners will be announced in late October. Aha, I think. Perhaps she's won, and either she can't tell us, or she won't tell us. I can just hear her saying, this time is different. I guess I'll have to wait and see. Or maybe I'll call her. Or maybe I'll wait and see. Thanks.